Hi, my name is Stephanie. I am the founder and CEO of Vision of Representation. This is a project that I started in May 2020, so a whole year ago, in hopes of spreading stories and being a better, just helping have a little bit more representation out there of all kinds of people with different hardships, different experiences. And here we are now with 1 year later of sharing inclusive and diverse stories from all around the world. I am from a small town called Saint Lazare in Quebec, and I am studying at Carleton University in film studies and communications studies. So really great as I'm right into what I'm doing, and I'm starting my 4th year of university at Carleton in Ottawa in the fall. So that's going to be very, very exciting. My final year in university, which is very great. And other than that, I'm a pageant girl. So a lot of people don't know that about me, but I love to do pageants. It's kind of my thing outside of all of this. And pageantry kind of started in 2016 when I competed for Miss Teen Quebec. And I ended up winning in 2016, which was kind of crazy. And then I did multiple pageants later on, and right now I'm doing my first Miss pageant, so Miss Galaxy Canada, that will be in August this year. So a lot of very exciting things, and I just love to perform and doing all these fun activities and spreading my message, sharing my story, and also with that sharing other people's stories through my experiences, which is amazing. What inspired me to do what I do with Vision is a lot of different things. The first one being that representation has always been something important to me. So the first thing that I think about when I think about representation, at least for myself, it is when I watched Miss Universe 2016, and since I'm such an avid pageant person, Miss Universe is such a big event for me to watch. And one of my favorite pageant people in general is called Sierra Burchell, and she was representing Canada in Miss Universe 2016. And she's kind of like not the usual kind of form figure woman that you would see on pageantry. She's a size 6, size 8, and kind of the same size than me. So seeing that this kind of representation was being seen, of my kind of body was being seen on Miss Universe and being viewed as beautiful, and the fact that she made it all the way to the top 9, which is excellent in Miss Universe, and it's just seeing myself being represented on screen like that, being seen as like a beautiful woman. I think that really inspired me to continue the importance and share the importance of representation. So with that, and studying within communication studies, I got to enter a project called LEARN, the Local Engagement Refugee Research Network, in which I help spread stories about refugees from all around the world, and I help get an inclusive way of getting refugees into policy-making decisions, whether in government. So this is anything and everything above just getting some policies for refugees, and who better than refugees to make policy about refugees. So this is kind of our mission, and we've changed policy from so many different places around the world, and we've even included one of our partners in the refugee discussions in Canada, which is just absolutely incredible that we were able to do that. And from my side, I'm the one doing videos, so the knowledge mobilization of saying why this mission is so important, of including refugees and representing themselves in everything that is policy and discussion making for, well, refugees. So with all of these experiences, I've got to learn so much about representation, and it really inspired me of why is it so important, and it inspired me to say, well, if someone tells their own story, then the other person listening on the listening end can say, well, if that person can do it and she's like me, then I can do it. And kind of that's so powerful. If there was more women filmmakers out there that were winning Oscars, I mean, I think we would have way more women in the industry. So if I can be one more being on that representation spectrum of women in filmmaking, well, then I can inspire many other women to follow that same path. I've been doing vision representation since May 2020, which is kind of crazy because now it's been a whole year since I started this. And yeah, I started this in May during the pandemic in kind of a way to find something to do, right? It was a great way to interact with different people from all around the world, really, and to meet people with different hardships, with different adversities, with different things that they've been going through. So seeing that there was an impact basically from all around the world of people just wanting to share their stories. I think that's just beautiful because we can listen and learn from people from all around the world through this incredible project and through any way of telling your story, really. So yeah, I started this in the pandemic when the best way for people to watch new videos, and it ended up being a great response, really. I've been getting some people that wanted this to be on episodes and on the show for almost every day. I've been getting messages, which is just so heartfelt and so amazing. I'm so grateful for being here. Vision representation has been a really great project that I've been working on for the past year. And even with or without the pandemic, I'm not very sure yet where I'm going to be headed with vision. I mean, I'm planning on taking a break very soon just to figure out what am I going to do? What is the future of vision? Is it something that's coming to an end? Is it something that I want to continue? I know at the beginning of the pandemic when I started this, my goal was to reach 100 episodes, and right now we are at 48, so almost halfway through that. So we'll see how that goes and where it ends up happening. And no matter what, I'm just very proud of the project that is happening. And you never know what's going to happen with it. Maybe it's going to become something even bigger, maybe not. We'll see. But no matter what, I'm very proud of what vision has come to be. I've done 48 interviews for vision representation that have been released, and I think it is up to 60 that I have interviewed in total. So there's a few more that are up there and that I'll be editing soon to be releasing, because I release one every week. And so a few episodes that really were important to me. So I have a few. One of them, it was in French, and it's from someone that had, what was it called? It's an ADHD. So she had ADHD, and what was important about that is that I recognized myself as the kind of bully that she was having. Not necessarily that I was a bully, but more like, no, I'm going to restart that. So one of the episodes that I really resonated with it was in French, and it was with Shani. And she was saying that she had ADHD and people were not really understanding why she would have longer times on exams and why she was the way that she was. And honestly, when I was a kid, I didn't really understand, and I was jealous of the people that would have more time on their exams. And, it really taught me that the power of education, right? If I was educated by my parents or by my school system of people that do have ADHD or any other learning disabilities like that, I would be able to understand much more their situation, and I wouldn't have made comments like, oh, they're lucky that they have more time on their exam and things like that. I wouldn't be able to say those comments if I was educated about it beforehand. But unfortunately, I wasn't. So I was making those judgmental remarks without having the knowledge. I was fed ignorance in some way. I had ignorance over what it was. But through vision representation, I got to learn much more about these kinds of things that I was ignorant about. Whether it was about race, about disability, about anything really, about any hardship. And then it really opened my eyes to become a better version of myself in general. And I hope that for people that watch, it really helped them as well become just a better version of themselves and being more comprehensive and understanding of what others are going through. Other interviews that I've done have been with, maybe you'll know Sam Humphrey. He's a really incredible actor. He played in The Greatest Showman, and he's probably one of my most famous ones. I also have Kim Gingras, which was a backup dancer for Beyonce, which is also from Montreal, and she was just incredible. She's probably one of my most popular ones as well. So I've interviewed really people from everywhere around the world. I've had interviews in New Zealand and England and the United States and Mexico. I'm so grateful to have people from pretty much everywhere that have been participated in this. But it's really incredible. Thank you for everyone that has been a part of it. So, vision has changed me as a person because it really opened my eyes to different kinds of perspectives or different adversities or hardships or my own ignorance that I didn't realize that I had. It made me realize the privilege of being a white woman versus some other people that don't have that same kind of privilege that I had. It made me realize the different kinds of hardships or the different kinds of ways that people were living, the different adversities with disabilities, with mental health, with pretty much any spectrum of anything. And it really helped me learn that I can become a better version of myself through listening to others. And I hope that I really helped someone else learn their own privilege and their own understandings of other people and help them become a little bit more open-minded about others. Well, my favorite part about Vision is really the feedback, honestly. I just get amazing feedback of people just saying, like, congratulations, like, this is amazing what you're doing. Keep on, keep it on. This really impacted me. It's just receiving those loving messages that what I'm doing with the message that I'm trying to spread of inclusivity and diversity is actually working and it's actually impacting people in such a positive way. I think that's exactly what I wanted to do with Vision, and to see that it's actually working, I think that's just everything that I've ever wanted. So, you know, it sounds cliche, but if I help one person, I mean, my job is done. That's exactly what I wanted to do, and perhaps I'm going to impact that person to become better. And you never know what that person's going to become. So, I think that's just it's so beautiful, and I hope that this really spreads a message of one world and one human, and that we shouldn't differentiate ourselves or categorize ourselves in different ways. We shouldn't judge people for what they believe in or who they are. It's just we are all human in the end, and we should all just love one another and just be more understanding of what others have to say, no matter what. If I have to say something I don't like about Vision is that I'm a one-woman project, a person that on this project. So it's not necessarily that it's bad that it's a one woman, but I just wish that this could become bigger. I mean, I have this vision of this team and that it becomes a really big TV show one day. You never know, right? And if I just keep going, maybe I'm gonna get there. But I mean, I just wish that I could work on this with other people and share this kind of knowledge and this kind of just how amazing that this show is. I just want to share this project with other people. So I guess if there was that, it'd probably be that, or just the fact that it's a lot of work. I'm a busy woman. I'm full time in school. I have a job, and I have a lot of other responsibilities as well. So it is a lot of work, and sometimes it can get a little bit frustrating, and sometimes it's difficult to work with certain people. But honestly, I've had a lot a lot better experiences than bad experiences, which I'm very lucky of. The most inspirational part of Vision is that it kind of created a community. It's a bunch of people from all around the world that have shared their stories and their different opinions from everywhere, the four corners around the world. So that's really, it's really a collaborative effort. I mean, I'm not the only person really on the end of this. There's also someone else that's sharing their story, and I'm just trying to represent it in the most authentic way that I can. So it's so inspirational because it shows that there's everywhere around the world, we each have a story to tell. We each have something to say. And if we choose the platform, if we choose to just share a story, we can, one, impact others, but also impact ourselves and realize how important that we are and that we have something to say, we have a voice. And the fact that we're using it, I think that's just everything. It's so beautiful to use it and to know that you're impacting someone else and you're helping someone else through their journey. I'm a big board game player. So I think that's the thing I miss the most, is just playing board games with my friends. But now that things are starting to open up, it feels like everything is going to be weird and social stuff are just getting strange. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I'm so excited to go play board games with some friends again. It feels like forever. And also seeing family 100%. We always have big family celebrations. So missing that for a whole year and more has been very, very difficult. So I'm very excited to see my family and just catch up on this whole time that what we've been living with, really. So I'm excited about that. And also, since I'm a pageant girl, I'm very excited to get back on the stage and performing, doing my walk, showing off my pretty gowns, and sharing my words on the stage, sharing the importance of representation on the stage, and saying that, you know what, I'm a woman in film in the male-dominated industry, and I'm representing that, and I'm representing that it's possible, and that showing that to little girls, or that they can do it too. And whether it's through that, but it's also through all the other stories that I've shared on Vision Representation. It's to show the importance of telling your own story and allowing others to tell their stories as well. I talked about pageantry as well, and how, pageantry is not something that we usually have a positive light against. So I wanted to share about how beautiful pageantry is as well. So I'm a person that just loves inclusivity, that loves to listen to other people's stories, and that's really what pageantry is. Whether it was when I competed provincially with people in Quebec, or nationally with girls from all across Canada, or internationally in Las Vegas when I met people from Fiji and Brazil and anywhere, really. It was just an amazing experience to get to hear people's stories from all around those places, and I got to make so many friends, so many friends. We think that pageantry is all about cattiness and winning and all that, but it's really about empowering women. And we really tend to forget that, and I think that's what's sad, is that the public really sees it only about the swimsuits and the bodies and the cattiness, but it's really not about that. It's about women that empower other women to be better versions of themselves, no matter what they care about. It's about them sharing their own platforms, sharing what they care about, whether it is to help for cancer research, or for myself to share the importance of representation, or whether it is to show SPCA and talk about the dogs that they've been helping to save. Or it's really to show how every woman has a place into this world, and that we all deserve to share our own stories and have our stories be told as well. I think that there's so much it's so incredible, pageantry, what it is, and I really strive to break that taboo about the negativity and the toddlers and tiaras around it, because it's so much more about women coming together and becoming better together. And I absolutely love it, and I hope I'm going to continue it for quite some time. I mean, it's so exciting, and I'm competing for Miss Galaxy Canada, which will be in August of 2021, which is pretty exciting. We are a big group of girls because it was postponed last year, so it's like 2 years filled into one, and it's going to be amazing, because this is really a pageant that celebrates inclusivity and diversity. They accept all range of women from any age, really, just separated in different categories, and they celebrate women. That's all it is about. And it doesn't matter your body shape, it doesn't matter your size, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your pigment of skin or your sexual orientation. Really, all they care about is that it's women that are empowering women, and that they just want people to show up for that. And I think it's so beautiful. The Galaxy system is just an incredible pageant system, and I hope that we would see that represented much more into the media, and that we celebrate pageantry, because it's so much more than just women walking on the stage. It's so much more than that, and I hope that I'll be bringing that to you, and that you'll see that, there's so much beauty in performing in pageantry as well. Thank you so much for having me on this series. You can always contact me on Instagram of Vision Representation, or my personal Steph Hubert, or pretty much anything. I'm very open to that. So thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.